What is self-discipline? Self-discipline is essentially the assertion of willpower over basic impulses. Being disciplined entails doing things when they are supposed to be done. It is keeping your vows and being dedicated to being genuine to yourself. To put it another way, it's a synonym for self-control. In today's video, I'll show you how to develop unbreakable self-discipline using 5 simple rules that you can instantly apply to your life after watching it. And these aren't simply random statements or tips that won't make a difference in your life. These are tips that will change your life if you follow them right. So, I've divided this video into 6 sections, with timestamps for each portion in the description and a pinned remark. The first section is a brief introduction to why self-discipline is vital. The second section discusses how to cultivate self-discipline, with the first rule being to eliminate temptations. Rule number 2. Don't wait until you're in the right mood. The third section is rule number 3. Set attainable goals. The fourth section is rule number 4. Consider the long term. The fifth section is rule number 5. Establish a productive routine progressively. The final section is the 21-90 rule. But first, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new content. So, let's get started! Why is self-discipline essential? Whatever your goals are, you will very surely have to work hard to attain them. And if you lack discipline, you will almost certainly not put in any effort and will instead delay it. If you want to be successful, you must be able to defer gratification and resist short-term temptations. There is a tremendous difference between being disciplined and to being self-disciplined, and it all comes down to willpower. For instance, why do you believe that working out with a personal trainer is far more beneficial than working out alone in terms of weight loss? Yes, they may correct some of your mistakes and teach you new ways, but the most crucial part is motivation and accountability. The difference between working out alone and working out with a trainer is significant. Trainers instruct you on what to do, what you're doing incorrectly, how to correct it, and how to stay motivated. Who is more self-disciplined, a self-trained individual or one who has a trainer? Obviously, the person who does everything alone, right? This is due to the fact that no one tells them what to do or when to do it. He is the only one who holds him accountable, whereas the other guy has a trainer who is with him every step of the way. Being self-disciplined entails showing up, doing the work, and doing it as you promised. It also means having positive habits, which is significant for behavior change interventions, because habitual behaviors are triggered spontaneously and hence more likely to be sustained. You may have noticed that you lack self-control. This is a skill, fortunately for you. It indicates that even if you start from scratch, you can practice and perfect it. I'll show you how to discipline yourself in this video, so you may accomplish your goals faster and live a better life. Let's get started with the 5 rules for developing self-discipline right now. The first rule is to eliminate temptations. The first rational step is to eliminate everything that is preventing you from accomplishing your goals. Our brain is designed to avoid any type of struggle, discomfort, or effort. So given the choice between working and watching Netflix, we prefer Netflix over working since it is easier and provides immediate gratification. When you have nothing else to do but work, everything becomes a lot easier. In this instance, you could discontinue your Netflix subscription. This can be used to a variety of situations. For example, are you inclined to always check your Instagram feed? Uninstall Instagram completely. Now I understand if this sounds a little harsh. So, instead of uninstalling all of your social networking applications and throwing away your TV, here's something else you could do. Make procrastination difficult. If you work from home and have a desk that is 3 feet from your couch, It's incredibly easy to become distracted, take a quick break, and then spend the rest of the day eating worthless snacks and watching pointless television. Sounds familiar, right? If you work from your local public library, however, procrastination is much more difficult because you are in a calm environment with little to no distractions. And you don't have your fridge on the left or your couch on the right to distract you. If you truly want to take one of those short breaks on the couch, you'll have to return home, which is inconvenient. Rule number 2. Don't wait until you're in the right mood. Have you ever put off doing work because you didn't feel like it? We've all done it. And I'll let you in on a little secret. You'll almost certainly never feel like it. Even if you do, you'll start working and then quit after 10 minutes since you won't be in the proper mood any longer. As I have stated, our brain is not designed for productivity. It was designed to provide immediate gratification. So, instead of waiting for the appropriate time, go ahead and do it now. The 3-second rule is a recommendation that will help you. It's fairly straightforward. Count to 3 if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Don't overthink things. Don't be concerned. Just do it. Is it necessary for you to get up and study? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Is it necessary for you to get out of bed? It's done in 1, 2, 3. It's important not to think about it. So, instead of saying it slowly, say it quickly. Are you gaining new knowledge? Are you ready to start applying discipline in your life? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. We value your feedback. The third rule is to set attainable goals. Setting goals is another skill that will help you complete tasks more quickly. When making goals, you must be realistically ambitious. If you know exactly the steps to reach your goal, the goal is too small, a prominent entrepreneur once said. Specific and difficult goals, according to studies on goal setting and task performance, lead to higher performance than easy goals. Do your best goals or no goals. When goals are specific and sufficiently hard, they are most likely to boost task performance. So you'll always be more productive even if you don't attain it. A good aim is one that is both feasible and not too small. Otherwise, you will feel as though you are squandering your ability. A deadline should also be included. A good deadline will aid your efficiency and effectiveness, particularly if you hold yourself accountable. A friend of mine was working on a music video a few years ago. This was a really difficult undertaking for him, and it took him a long time to complete. He was the video's director as well as editor. He'd been working on it for a few weeks when he realized he was getting nowhere, so he decided to set a new goal for himself. He told all of his fans that day that the video would be finished and published in a few weeks. That means a great deal of work in a short amount of time. After a few late nights, he produced and published the finished music video on time a few weeks later. The takeaway is that when others hold you accountable, you are more likely to accomplish the task. Rule number 4. Consider the long term. The best way to predict the future is to create it, stated Abraham Lincoln. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that successful people act upon their goals. If they don't like something, they seek to improve it rather than complaining about it. So, ask yourself the following questions. What are you doing right now to enhance your life? What does your future look like in 3, 5, and 10 years based on your present everyday actions? As soon as you realize this, you recognize that everything you do today will have a significant impact on the person you will become tomorrow. And this is the best way to convince yourself to do what you need to do even if you don't feel like it. Rule number 5. Establish a productive routine progressively. Start small. Nothing happens overnight. When I first became serious about my health and began exercising, which included going to the gym and jogging, I despised it. It was difficult, exhausting, and at times painful. I honestly considered quitting after the first 3 days, But something inside me encouraged me to keep going, so I did. The first month was tough and exhausting on my body, but then something strange occurred. I didn't expect it, but I began to like working out and going to the gym. I looked forward to it, and I noticed that my days were becoming more productive, and I was accomplishing a lot more. I had more energy, and I was beginning to look a lot better. Big results take time to accomplish, but you may achieve them with little consistent acts. A smart method to get started is to wake up at the same time every day and have a detailed plan for the day. Make your bed as soon as you wake up. This is a wonderful minor achievement and a fantastic way to get the ball rolling. Making your bed first thing in the morning has been shown to boost productivity and motivation throughout the day. Start by selecting places where you'd like to see improvements in your routine. You can build a list and categorize each everyday action into positive, neutral, and negative activities if you wish. Positive actions will help you get closer to your objective, like sending important emails, doing research, working, exercising, and so on. Negative actions are ones that lead you away from your objective, like spending time with negative people, maintaining unhealthy behavior, etc. Neutral activities are those that squander you time but have no bearing on your objectives, like being stuck in traffic or mindlessly watching television. As soon as you get your list, you can start planning how you will alter your routine. If eliminating all negative and neutral behaviors isn't possible, consider asking yourself, how can I change negative and neutral actions into positive ones? Instead of whining and complaining about being trapped in traffic, you may listen to a podcast or an audiobook. The 21-90 rule. It takes around 21 days to create a habit, 66 days to incorporate a habit, and 90 days to form a lifestyle, according to this well-known rule. This indicates that if you commit to doing something every day for 21 days, it will most likely start to become a habit. But if you stick with it for 66 days, it will become a habit for sure. If you do the same activity for 90 days, it will become a habit and part of your daily routine. That thing could be anything that enhances your life by changing your routine. For example, you can meditate first thing in the morning, take a cold shower every morning, or work out for 30 minutes every day. Is this rule, however, effective? Things aren't that simple, according to a study done by Philip O'Lally in 2009. In this study, 96 individuals attempted to acquire a new habit over the course of 18 to 254 days. These outcomes are perplexing. So, how much time does it take? It's entirely up to you. It should take no more than 30 days in theory, but several circumstances come into play. This does not preclude you from utilizing the 21-90 rule. It simply means that you should not nor accept it as absolute truth and should continue to do the same thing every day. On a daily basis, remember to practice willpower by doing things you don't want to do. Success is a process, not an event, and it can only be achieved through hard work and discipline. That concludes today's video. If you found this video informative, please like it and share it with a friend or two who could benefit from it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.